We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your podcast host, Hanju Lee, and you are listening to Better Golf Daily, where I introduce one concept, one research-backed idea, and one thing you can take straight to the golf course. Let's go. How many times have you walked off the 18th green and said some version of, man, if I just made few more putts, it would have been a complete different round? I've said it a lot because all I remember is those stupid putts that I missed. Well, here's the problem. It's very likely not true. There's this guy named Mark Brody. He's a professor at Columbia, and he's the one who basically invented the strokes gained stat that now uses across the entire PGA Tour. He spent years running the actual numbers on where amateur golfers lose their strokes compared to better players. The answer surprised a lot of people, including plenty of teaching pros who's been telling students the opposite for decades. Putting is not where you're losing strokes. Sorry. So this is episode 4 of 5 of what I'm calling the series Playing the Percentages. We've covered the Go For It Instinct, which is episode 51, the Doubling Down Problem, which is episode 52, and the last one, Anchoring, how your own running score messes up your decisions all day, which is episode 53. Today's a little different. It's not really about a decision you make in the moment. It's about a belief that you're carrying around about your own game. And that belief is probably steering your practice time in exactly the wrong direction. So here's what Brody's data actually shows. Take a gap between, say, a 90 shooter and an 80 shooter. 10 full strokes. And break down exactly which shot explains it. So putting explains about 15% of that gap. Short game, chips and pitches near and around the green explains about 17%. And those together and everything that happens close to the green, the stuff we obsess over, the stuff we practice an hour after a bad round, accounts for less than a third of the actual difference. So here's where the other 2/3 is hiding. Approach shots. A full swing from 150 yards in accounts for about 40% of the gap, all by themselves. Add tee shots, another 28%. And just those two categories, basically your long game, explains about 2/3 of why the golfer shoots 10 shots better than the other. Not the short stuff. Not the stuff we all spend our range time and our emotional energy replaying after a bad round. It's the long game, the boring, unglamorous part of golf. It actually makes sense if you think about it. A bad putt from 20 feet costs you, one shot maybe. A bad approach shot doesn't cost you the shot. It costs you your entire position for the next one. You missed the green. Now you're chipping. You missed the fairway. Now you're hacking out sideways instead of hitting a normal approach shot. The damage compounds in a way a missed 6-footer just doesn't. And I think that's exactly why we don't feel it the same way. A 3-putt hurts in the moment, but a chunked approach shot quietly costs you more over 18 holes. And I'm not telling you putting doesn't matter. Obviously it does. But if you got an hour to practice and you're spending 50 minutes of it on the putting green because that's the shot you remember missing, You are almost certainly practicing the wrong 2/3 of your game. Try flipping the ratio. Spend real time on full swing approach shots, actual yardages, actual targets, not just grip it and rip it with no targets in mind. And on the course, remember that hitting greens, even with a kind of ugly swing, is going to do more for your score than a hot putter will ever will. So next time you walk off with a bad number, before you blame the putter, and I know it's tempting, it's always right there, it's an easy villain, go back and look at your approach shots first. That's probably where the round actually got away from you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you next time. Until then, quit interrogating the putter. The real suspect is back at 150 yards. Bye for now.